Hello friends, welcome to Frenchie's video. I'm Frances Martin, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and today I'm going to share a bit of a new bundle that we get that it's very limited. So when I say very limited, it's only available for the month of August 2018. The bundle, Let's Color Your World, and what I'm all giddy about it's the labeled framelits in this. They're double stitch. I mean, that rocked my world. So I did a few samples here. So I'm going to share with that. I used a different stamp set in it. So let me bring you the stamp set that come with. I wanted to try with different things. So this is the stamp set. To be honest, I didn't have time to color now. So I will use them later down the road. Don't worry, I will use them. This framelit was just like, oh my goodness. So what I done and what I'm going to share, it's going to be like with two print. This here, what you see right here, it's this part came from here. So, and I wanted a frame around that. So when I cut this frame, that became there. And so on. So that's what I'm going to share with you today, how you can do like two print and mix match them. And this lovely flower here, that's part of the framelit too, the kit. So you get this, you get the little filigree, another leaf there, you get a lovely bow. This is the bell that matched the stamp set, the leaf, another little filigree, and then you get three of them. The one that I just shared, I use two. So I use not the big one. I use the medium and the small. That's what I done. And what I want to bring to your attention is this here. Let me move this. So you see when you cut it, you get inside stitch and the other part get the outside stitch. So it's 2 for 1 really. I absolutely love it. Now I done this one with the healing hugs, and that's what we're going to do tonight. And while I'm sharing this, oops, first I had done those two cards and the centers. So you see this is the center from this here. So I did exactly two print of the same, and I had this over here. And I didn't like it. Something was not right. It was flat. I don't know. So I removed it. So it gave me those two cards. So my center that I got in my hand, I used the tufted embossing folder. This is Merlot, the new one. Merlot something. I feel blank right now. And I'm just going to put that right here. So you see, I did 3 cards with the 2 prints there. Well, really 3 prints because I decided to add that one there. And that Sarah sent. I'm going to have, this will come on my blog in the coming week. The one that's going to attach with the video, it's going to be the one we're doing tonight. So first thing you want to do, so I'm going to share the 3 framelits, so you're going to see you can do 2, 1, whatever. So we're going to do the 3. First thing you want to do is we're going to take 3 pieces of cardstock that measure the same thing. So I get 2 vanilla and 1 granite, gray granite. So we're going to put that there, and we're going to stamp the 3 all the same except the wording. So I'm going to start with one thing you want to do though first. You want to put your smallest framelit. So really, oh, see, it's the magnet there. So you have to hold it. So I want to see where my smallest frame going to land about. And that is kind of an important step. And I'm using the Darling Label Punch. I want that hello in there. Here it's stick. The other one, the yellow that I did on the other one, that was the floral frame. Okay. Now I'm using the one in the Darling Label. I absolutely love that yellow. Okay. Now you see, because of my magnet there. Oops. let's remove that down. Here we go. Okay, so now you're going to try to place that about where you're going to cut it. And the reason why this is important, it's because you don't want to cut out your grading. So I'm way too up high, so I need to bring this down a bit. And the piece of paper we're stamping on, it is 4 by 5 1/4. So that looked more proportioned to me. So now I'm going to put my hello right here. And after the hello it's put, or the greeting, doesn't matter, whatever greeting you want to put, after that it's done, you're good to go. So I'm going to put, oops, that there. And this is, it's going to be tricky a little bit. Let me bring something here. I'm going to bring the foam. I got the red rubber and I got this. So I'm going to put my foam there. And I'm going to leave my foam there even with the red rubber, just because I need it for this. Now, I'm going to do the greeting in the black, like I did the other one there. So I'm going to stamp that in the black. And if you see it's not quite dark, that's the beauty of this. And I like to have stamps set under, and then the healing art, that's the one we're using. I'm going to put that right there. It makes it easier to color. I could slide this out here, but let's try it. Now, the other one was Merry Merlot. Here we go, I got it. This time we're going to use Cherry Cobbler. So I'm going to stamp this. I get all kind of scored here. Let me try to remove that. That's very lovely. And then I'm going to do the leaves. And what I done, I should have explained. So I took my flower, put it, it's just happened that I was looking there, and I would have put that about there. That's about where I want it. Like this. And then I'm using Mossy Meadow. And we're going to stamp that, and maybe a little bit darker. So now we have to do that with the other one. And I didn't do any. I could have done pre-stamped some to save some time. And I decided that I wanted you all to see how quick it was. So tap, 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 tap down, lift, and then tap, tap, tap. And down. And one of them, I don't need the hello, but it won't matter if I put it. Oops, I might as well put it. And the reason why, it's the way that it's going to be mounted. But I'm going to put it all on, so then I don't have to worry which one it is. So tap, tap, tap. Down. And down. Okay, now we're going to remove this. We're going to do the other one. Whoops. See, it go quick after you set up your Stamparatus. And this is kind of good to have the Stamparatus, because if not, it would be hard to line up just at the same spot. Lift and put down, so because that leaf it's on the other side. Tap down. So you see, it doesn't matter which one you do first, because they all lined up for you. Et voila, that's pretty. Okay, the top layer, we're going to crank it up a notch. The top layer, if you hear somebody snoring, it is not me. I get two little dogs under my feet there. And when it's snoring, got a piece of scrap paper here. And I'm using the Very Vintage. That's a hostess set. You don't have to do a party to be a hostess. If you place an order that it's over $150, you can choose the hostess set for your stamping rewards. So no, you do not have to do a party. Now I got Sarah's, I think it's Sarah San. Yeah, Sarah San. But I should have granite because I got granite. Okay, let me grab my granite. Well, Sarah San's going to be good because I want vintage. So we're going to use Sarah San. And I'm using, it's kind of the lace, just partial of it, and that we just need to do it on the top. Stamp off, down. Stamp off, down. Stamp off, off, off. And you can go almost twice there. Here we go. Stamp off. And I don't even pay attention if I go on top of the image because it's so light. But see, it looked very, very vintage. Okay, now to have some fun. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to bring the big shot over here. Let me bring the big boy here. Oh my goodness, if you hear a scream, well, I'm going to step on him. For some reason, he keeps on scooting and scooting and scooting more by me. Here we go. So we're going to put our tin adapter. We're going to put our clear plate. And now, whoops, get stuff over here. We're going to cut all three on the top. The one that we did this, we're going to cut all three. So try to line that up the best that you can. That looked pretty good. And then we're going to put the other place on top. You can always put a sticky note on, post-it note if you want to make sure it don't move, or if you're being careful, hold it. And I grab tight over here till it engage. And voila. Let's remove this. And this. So now let's bring this. And now that's where you start having fun. Went a little bit too more there, but that's okay. It's still going to work. So now one going to be on top here. So that would be glue right at the top. And then if you want, you can take this one and erase it up. See? This one here, you can take this and put it there. See it match? Or the one that I said I didn't like, that's the one I put. And in this one, I don't know, because it gives you a different tone. So you can mix match any of that. So here they are. So this one here, I embossed it with the subtle embossing folder, so it looked like it's texture paper. Well, it makes texture paper. So that would be this one. Remove this. And all this, it's done on dimensional in the back. This one, it's flat, and the frame around, it's on dimensional. Or you can put it all flat. You see? So you can try many ways. And then this one would be this one. So you just cut one of the sheet that you stamp, and then you mix and match which one you want to do. So when you mount them, you want to make sure that you lined up your image with where it goes. So I will finish those one. It's like these here. Let's say these one were done. Here we go. So you can do many one. Now, if you want to do just two, like this one here, I didn't do the big one. So I just did the small and the medium. So it's the same thing, except this I get more of a frame around. So you can play and match. I want to bring to your attention, though, I think if I can bring it up high. So when I cut the center here, you see, this is the center, and you see I get all the stitch there. I don't know if you can see all the stitch. Now, the piece that was out there, that was this piece. See, when I cut this piece, I get the stitch over there too. So this one give the stitch on the outside there. So each of them get the stitch on the full piece and the one that stayed there. So that's why I'm like, oh my goodness, I have to use them all. So this, again, this bundle, I'm going to have all the detail on my blog, the stitch season framelit, and then the stamp set, it's called Blended Season. That is very limited, my friend. Only the month of August. So don't miss out. Come on at FrenchieStamps.com, below in the description or above in the eye, and I get all the information for you. Thank you so much and have a lovely day. Bye-bye for now.